Have you ever felt your heart pounding, your hands sweating, and your voice shaking just before speaking in front of others? Maybe it was a classroom presentation, a meeting at work, or even standing up to give a simple toast at a friend's wedding. You prepared. You practiced. You even told yourself, I can do this. But the moment arrived, and suddenly, fear took over. Your throat tightened. Your thoughts scattered. And all you could think was, get me out of here. If that sounds familiar, take a deep breath. You're not alone. In fact, some of the most powerful speakers in history were once terrified of speaking in public. Warren Buffett, one of the world's richest and most respected men, once admitted that he was so afraid of public speaking, he would literally avoid classes in school just to escape it. Even Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of Independence, was known for his fear of delivering speeches out loud. So if you feel nervous, that doesn't make you weak. That makes you human. And let me tell you something else. You're in the right place. You see, we live in a world where public speaking is often seen as a talent, something you're either born with or not. But that's a myth. And it's a dangerous one because it convinces us to stay silent when we have something important to say. It stops us from stepping forward, from sharing our ideas, from using our voice to create change, inspire others, or simply connect. But here's the truth that changed my life and the lives of countless people I've worked with. There's one simple trick, yes, just one, that can help you break free from that fear. Not a complicated system, not a 10-step plan, just one shift in how you think and how you speak. That changes everything. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having the loudest voice in the room. And it's certainly not about pretending to be someone you're not. No, this one trick is about unlocking something you already have inside you, something that's been there all along. And once you learn to use it, I promise, you'll look at public speaking in a whole new way. So if you've ever walked away from the microphone wishing you had spoken up, if you ever watched someone else take the stage and thought, that could never be me, stick around, because by the end of this video, you won't just believe it's possible, you'll know exactly how to make it happen. Let's begin. Tom was an accountant, soft-spoken, thoughtful, meticulous, the kind of man who always double-checked the numbers and never spoke more than necessary. He was the guy you could count on to get things right, just not to stand up and talk about it. Every Monday morning, Tom dreaded the weekly team meetings. It wasn't because he didn't know his work. He knew it better than anyone else in the room. But the moment his name came up on the schedule to give the financial update, something inside him would tighten. His heart would race. His palms would sweat. And he'd start running through worst-case scenarios in his mind. What if I forget something? What if I stutter? What if they all think I'm a fool? So every Sunday night, instead of relaxing with his family, Tom would sit alone, agonizing over what to say, how to say it, and how to just survive. When Monday came, he would walk into the room like a man walking toward the gallows. He'd stand, notes shaking in his hand, and speak in a voice that barely rose above a whisper. He rushed through his points, avoided eye contact, and sat down before anyone could ask a question. Afterward, he would beat himself up. Why can't I just be normal? Why does this terrify me so much? The strange thing was, Tom wasn't shy in one-on-one conversations. He could talk about investments and tax law with clients for hours. But the moment more than 2 pairs of eyes were on him, his confidence vanished. And no matter how much he practiced, the fear never went away. Sound familiar? Tom thought something was wrong with him. He thought maybe he just wasn't cut out to be a speaker, and that was that. But one day, something changed. His company brought in a communication coach for a workshop. Tom almost skipped it, thinking it would be another waste of time. But something, maybe frustration, maybe curiosity, made him stay. And during that session, he heard something that would completely flip his thinking. The coach said, fear of public speaking doesn't come from lack of skill. It comes from too much self-focus. You're not afraid of speaking. You're afraid of judgment. And the trick is to stop thinking about you and start thinking about them. That hit Tom like a lightning bolt. For the first time, he realized the fear wasn't about his voice, his content, or his posture. It was about where his attention was. So what happened to Tom? What did he discover? And how did that one realization change the way he showed up? Not just in meetings, but in his entire life? We'll get to that. But first, Let me share with you the very same trick Tom learned, the one simple shift that helped him conquer his fear. Because once you understand it, you'll see. You don't have to be a born speaker to speak with power. You just need to remember this.